What's going on YouTube? This is Breeze over here at Llama TCG Gaming coming at y'all with another deck profile video, and I got something different. I know y'all see the boy on the screen. Yes, we bought the normal summon Alistair. It's one of my favorite decks. A lot of my peers, a lot of my friends hate me playing this deck because of Winda, but I won second in the tournament with this. I came second in the OTS tournament. This was before Hypernova came out, so this is when Tier Laments was still running amok out here. But I changed it up a little bit, but it hasn't changed too much really. It's really the same build. I think if anything changed the side deck, and I think I main deck Ash instead of siding it now. And so that's the only difference really. But we're gonna get right into it. Alistair, my favorite card. We're gonna normal summon it, but I got some spicy plays, and I'm gonna show you some things that you can do with the deck. I'll show you a quick combo, nothing too crazy. Everybody probably knows the combo, but I'll still show it at the end of the video just because you guys know that I like to let you take something away from all my deck profile videos. So don't forget, if you like always, if you like these deck profiles that I'm dropping, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos that we have on the channel, and let's get right into it. Okay, so to get started with the deck profile, we're going to start off with the main start of the deck, Alistair the Invoker. We got to get Alistair off. If Alistair resolves, we usually got full combo. As everybody knows, usually most Invoke players have Invocation in hand already, but if not, he usually gets Ash, so you got to be able to go different routes, but that's where like the Dogmatika things come in play. So if he does get Ash, we do have other plays. So 3 Alistair the Invoker. We are on, yep, 2 Fallen of Albaz. Yeah, we're playing a branded version of this, so it's going to be definitely a little different, but we're on 2 Fallen of Albaz, just 2. I think 1 is too little and 3 is too many, so I think 2 is perfect in my opinion. We are on 3 Dogmatika Ecclesia the Virtuous. So the only thing with this is I want to drop one of these to add a second Dogmatika Fleur-de-Lis, just because it came up one time where I didn't have another floor and I needed it, and if I did, I had game. So, but 3 Dogmatika Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, and we are on the 1 Maximus, just because if we can get the Maximus, we usually got full combo. So we definitely, and not really full combo, but we can set up a Winda, negate, things like that all off Maximus. So that is it for the Dogmatika monsters. We are also on a Bestial engine. We're on 2 Bestial Lubellion. Bestial Lubellion came out in Darkwing Blast. The entire Bestial engine is really crazy, so we definitely play 2 of him. If you don't have him, excuse me, you don't need to play him if you don't have him, but that dump off of the branded fusion with him is amazing. So, or you can always foolish burial him to get some plays started. We are on 2 copies of Bestial Magnamut and 2 copies of Bestial Druisworm, just because that's rounding out our Bestial engine, so we can pop off things like Branded Regain and Branded Beast, and we get his send effect and his search effect, so things like that. And it comes up a lot where you search off of Bestial Magnamut and you get the Fallen of Albaz. So you search that for follow-up sometimes, and then you normal the Fallen of Albaz on your following turn, and then you basically just super poly their field. It helps a lot. So, and then like I said, now we are on the 3 Ash Blossom, just because Ash Blossom's good again. We were on 3 Effect Veilers before. It's because I needed additional light monsters in the deck. So, but we are on the 3 Ash Blossoms. That does round out the monsters. Now, starting out the spells, we are on 2 copies of Invocation. Don't need 3. Same thing with Fallen Albaz. 1 is too little, 3 is too many. So I think 2 Invocation is perfect because it recycles itself. We are on 3 copies of the Magical Meltdown and 1 copy of Terraforming. So technically 4 copies of Magical Meltdown. There is 1 card I wanted to try out, is the Secret Village of Spellcasters, that if whoever doesn't, you or your opponent, if you don't control a spellcaster monster, you can't activate spells. The Dogmatika monsters are spellcasters. Alistair is a spellcaster. Winda is a spellcaster. Hell, even Effect Veiler is a spellcaster. So that's something that I did want to try. You can always drop 1 Magical Meltdown for that, but I didn't decide to do it just because it's kind of too techy for me. We are on the 3 copies of Branded Fusion. basically just to get us into things like Mirrorjade and be able to send. So it's really just for Mirrorjade, honestly, to get like Bestial Lubellion in the graveyard. If they ash the Alistair, we usually go Branded Fusion. Then they really can't stop it at that point. We are on 3 copies of Nadir Servant. Nadir Servant helps us get into our Shaddoll engine, and it helps us get into our Dogmatika package all at the same time. So glad this is definitely back at 3. We are on 3 copies of Super Poly just because I do play at the Dark Kaiju in the side deck. So things like that helps you being able to use your opponent's monsters, break their board, Super Poly, things like that. But Super Poly is still too strong for me. I can normal summon an Albaz, set a Super Poly, let you set up a big board, then it's that. We are on 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. Like I said, this is before Hypernova, so you can replace this with the new Triple Tactics Thrust. But I am on the 2 talents. We are on the 1 Call by the Grave, the 1 Branded Regain, and the 1 Foolish Burial. Those are our 1-ups for the deck. Call by the Grave just so we don't get hit by Ash and things like that. Branded Regain so we can recycle our Bestials and get an additional draw. And then Foolish Burial to be able to dump our Bestial Lubellion, things like that. You can definitely cut the Foolish Burial. It really doesn't serve a purpose, but it was basically another way to get to Lubellion a lot of the times. It helped a lot, so that's why I decided not to cut it. That's it for the spells. For the traps, we are on 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence, 1 copy of Branded Beast, and 1 copy of Shaddoll Schism. You can definitely play the 3rd Infinite Impermanence, but I didn't want to see it, but I also did not. I wanted to play it at the same time, so that's why I played 2. It's kind of weird, but it made sense at the time, and it definitely worked because when I seen Imperm, it helped out a lot. But when I didn't see it, it was also good that I didn't see it. So it's kind of a weird situation, but definitely mess around with it. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I should have played a 3rd Imperm and what I should have cut. So that is it for the main deck. We're gonna get into the side deck. And yes, I actually have a side deck for this one. We are on the 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Like I said before, I was just maining the Effect Veiler, and then I was side decking the Ash Blossom. That's the only difference currently. So 3 Effect Veilers. We are on the 3 copies of Nibiru. During the tournament, I think I was playing against, it was Marincess, and hell of a Marincess player, but I dropped the Nibiru down and I play against it so much in Master Duel, so I knew where to hit it. But that Nibiru, the People's Champion, it sealed the game for me. So definitely happened. And if you guys did want to know, I went 3-1. I won against, I won against Tier Limits my first round. It was a couple months ago. I think the second round was Inzectors. The third round was the Crooked Cook. I could not get over a Crooked Cook. It was terrible. I did not play the Kaijus at the time. That's why I play the Kaijus, but it was Crooked Cook, and then and literally Crooked Cook Turbo Exodia, and he was basically stalling me out to get to Exodia. It was terrible, but I was so impressed. And then my last round was against the Marincess player, and that's how I came in third because I did I was in the top cut. It was kind of weird. I don't understand like point systems and things like that, but came in second, got the trophy. It was pretty cool. So then keep going with the side deck. We are on the 2 Raidens, the 2 Kaijus I was telling you about. The reason why I play this because you can basically tribute your opponent's monster off and then go into your Super Poly, and they have a dark monster, so you can get into like Drago Stapelia or something like that. So just the 2 Raidens. For back row removal, we're on the 1 Cyclone and 1 Duster. Just because the 1 Cyclone, I don't know, it just felt like it's needed to be played. It might hit some important things. And then the 1 Duster, I just don't want to get caught playing without it. I hate trap decks, I promise you. It's one of my worst decks, guys. I really do hate trap decks. Um, we're on the 2 copies of Dimensional Barrier. Only decided to play 2 just because I did decide to play the Cosmic Cyclone. If you don't want to play the Cyclone, you can definitely run 3D barriers, but I only decided to play 2. And to round up the side deck, we are on 3 copies of Evenly Matched, just because once I usually go first and then people see Winda, they're gonna make me go second. So I always side in things like Evenly Matched. So you could technically get rid of like D barrier for some more board breaking cards like Lightning Storm or Raigeki, but I decided to play the Evenly Matched and it worked out for me pretty well. Um, So that's it for the side deck. Now we're gonna get right into the extra deck. All right, so starting off the extra deck, we're running one Salaman Gray Almirage and one Secure Gardener. This is just to basically facilitate things like Dogmatika Maximus and to be able to get into Invoked Mechaba. So we're running one Almirage, one Secure Gardener. We are then on for the Shaddolls, we're on one Winda, one app cologne, and one construct. The reason why I run the one construct because the non-targetable send for light monsters is ridiculous. So I run the one construct and I do run the one Winda, and then app cologne is to facilitate things getting us like the Shaddoll Schism from deck. I don't run a beast. I don't run aerial. You can definitely add things in tech cards. Like I said, this is when tier limits was running crazy, so I wanted to make sure that I had the bestials to make sure that you know what I mean. We were able to keep facilitating and keep playing, but now definitely probably will go ahead and change up the build a little bit. We are on for the invoked fusions. We're on one Agoides and one Mechaba. Mechaba's getting a alternate art, and if y'all didn't know, so be on the lookout for that. I need that. But this is all we're running for the invoked fusions. And for the branded fusion monsters, we are on the one Albion, we're on one Titaniclad, we are on one Lubellion, the Searing Dragon, and then one Mirrorjade. This is all we run for our Albaz fusions. Like I said, it's basically we're just basically combining a bunch of engines, and you're gonna have enough to be able to stop all my engines and be able to keep playing. So that's the goal. I'm just trying to make you waste a lot of resources, and then I'm still probably going to end on a Winda and one negate. So if I make you use 2 or 3 hand traps or whatever you got, so that's what I decided to play. That's the reason for it, though. So that is the branded fusion monsters. We are on one Entis just for the pop. So this definitely helps break boards. We are on the one Garura. We're on the one Dragostapelia. And then rounding out the extra deck, we are on the one Mud Dragon. You can switch this out for like a Starving Venom, or if you want to run things like Dragoon, you could definitely run Dragoon, put in something like a Light Hex Seal, or since we have post Hypernova now, you can definitely run one Dust Dragon, but you would have to run one Blazing Cartesia. Um, Definitely possible. It would definitely give you another target for things like Foolish Burial, so you would have to cut something, or you can just run 44 cards. But you can definitely play these 2 cards if you want to. This definitely helps get you into more Dogmatika cards, so I would definitely probably replace that now, and then I would add the Cartesia in. But at the time, before Hypernova, so that's what we were running. And that is it for the extra deck. So now I am going to get into, like I said, I've got to let you guys take away something. I'm going to go ahead and get into a quick combo. So give me 1 second. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, I'm back. I just want to show you guys a real quick combo. Really just to show you how much your opponent has to open to stop this deck, honestly. So hypothetically speaking, let's just say we normal summon Alistair, correct? Alistair goes off, we attempt to activate it. Let's just say they have something like a Gamma, negate, destroy, Alistair's out of there, right? Cool. So they go Gamma, whatever, cool. We attempt to activate Branded Fusion. They Ash Blossom us, of course. So Branded Fusion out of there, can't do anything. Let's just say these are 2 brick cards in our hand, not doing anything for us. This one Nadir Servant is still going to end you on 2 monsters, potentially 4 monsters. And you're locking your opponent out from special summoning, and you're getting a negate. So I'm going to show you how to do that with just Nadir Servant. Um, I've been trying to teach my boy this combo for a very long time, so I really do hope my boy do watch this video so he can see this. So we're going to activate Nadir Servant, and this is very important. You have to go in the extra deck, and you're going to send a copy of El Shaddoll Apcolone. And so Nadir Servant is going to resolve to add us a copy of Ecclesia to our hand. And then Apcolone is going to activate to add us 1 Shaddoll card from our deck to our hand, but then we do have to discard a card. So we are going to add the Schism, but we are going to discard the Schism. And it's going to make you go through your entire Shaddoll engine with this combo, but your opponent used a Gamma and a Ash Blossom. So they're already down to 3 cards in their hand right now. So, you know what I mean? So So that resolves, and now we have just the Ecclesia. We are going to then normal summon the Ecclesia. Um, on normal summon, Ecclesia is then going to search us for the Dogmatika Maximus. Then what's going to happen is you're going to activate the Maximus we just added by banishing the app clone we sent off the Nadir servant, special summoning the Maximus. We're going to activate the Maximus effect. Maximus is going to send us one copy of Construct, one copy of Titaniclad, and then what's going to happen is our opponent's going to have to send two from their extra deck. Hopefully they're not playing branded. Other than that, we're good. Construct is then going to activate in graveyard, letting us add the Shaddoll Schism back to from graveyard to hand. And then you're going to proceed to set the Schism. You're going to go to your end phase. That is when Titaniclad is then going to activate, which is then going to search you a copy of Dogmatika Fortalice. So now you have the Schism on your opponent's turn. So your opponent, you pass turn. So you pass turn, your opponent stand by. They attempt to special summon something. We chain the Schism. We banish the Construct and the Titaniclad. And we go and search and special summon the Winda. And then let's say something else happens and then they get to special summon a monster. We chain special summon Flordelis, and then Flordelis will negate a monster on their field. And Winda is a Shaddoll Schism is a non-targetable send of whatever Schism special summons. So Winda is a dark, so we get a non-targetable send of a dark. So a non-targetable send for a dark monster, negate, and they're locked out of special summons. And on our turn, we can go for battle phase, which his effect gives all Dogmatika cards 500 attack, which he's 3,000, 2,000, 2,000. So all off of one Nadir servant, you're getting 7,000 damage, locking them out of special summons, a non-targetable send, and one negate. We still have two mystery cards in hand, and remember that's if they destroyed the Alistair and they negated the branded fusion. So I just wanted to show that real quick combo just to show you guys that the deck is really crazy. I love this deck. I really do. If we can get this video over 500 views and 20 likes, and I'm talking 500 views, 20 likes, I will do an updated deck profile post Hypernova with things like Cartesia, Fusion Deployment, and things like Dragoon. I got a couple spicy combos I want to show you guys, but yeah, let's try. I'm gonna set the bar high this time. We're gonna go for 500 views and 20 likes. So if we can do that, I will drop a combo video and an updated deck profile on this build. So let's try to do that. I can't wait to drop the next deck profile for you guys. I appreciate all the love and support that we're getting out here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment down below if you think I should change anything, if you think the build is garbage, anything. I love all the feedback that you guys always give me. And until next time, Llama out. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.